boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, whatever and guys, welcome back to yet another video on the channel. Today we're reacting to YouTube Boxing, the YouTube channel. Great channel by the way, breaks down the YouTube fight game. Things like a really experienced guy, like an Ukrainian guy that runs his name's Arthur. He's a great combat sports analyst who started the trend of breaking down YouTube boxing, like technique wise, which I respect and I'm thankful for that he had this in the community. I'm reacting to his video breaking down the Alex Wasabi versus idubbz fight, which I really, to be honest, I have no clue how this is going to go. So this video might be a great source for me to understand, to give us all of us a preview of what the fight might look like. Okay, you know the ads.
The Alex Wasabi versus idubbz matchup is a classic pro wrestling style battle.
So what now? Okay, let's just go forward.
Where a technically skilled, smaller fighter must take on a larger, sluggish opponent. idubbz's game plan is clear. Keep Alex at a distance, while Alex needs to find a way to close that distance. Let's take a closer look at Alex, who is often underestimated. Wasabi skills.
I'm saying it. If Alex was okay, JJ happened, Kesa smoking. I don't care what anybody says. It would have been over like round 3 max. Okay, I'm saying it.
Many people don't take Alex Wasabi seriously because of his friendly demeanor, but behind that smile lies a cold-blooded predator. It may be hard to believe, but his fight against Deji proves that Alex is technically skilled and extremely composed in the ring. In his debut fight, he faced the best defensive YouTube boxer who didn't attack much for 5 rounds. It's extremely difficult to hit such fighters, but Alex managed to do so. At the start of the fight, Alex shows good boxing IQ. He understands that Deji is a very agile fighter who relies on counterattacks, so he only uses jabs and throws a lot of them. This way, he studies Deji's behavior. No matter how good your head movement is, you can't avoid all jabs or counterattack all of them. It's noticeable that Deji wants to duck under all the jabs to jump out at Alex with a big straight punch, like he did in the fight against Vinny Hacker when he tried to lure him in. But Alex decides to stand his ground, showing that he's not lost in the fight and constantly thinking. However, his true fighter IQ is shown a little later.
I didn't expect that because the way I saw it, like an inexperienced amateur that I am. I don't know really much about the combat sports game. I thought Alex was just clinching the whole time, like to avoid skirmishes, but okay.
Alex throws a jab to set up Deji for a dive under, just like he had done for the previous 40 seconds before hitting him with a straight right to the head. He made Deji flinch, then landed the punch twice exactly where he wanted to. Here we see the same jab setup followed by the straight right, but this time, Deji decides to dive deeper, causing Alex to miss. However, Wasabi doesn't lose his cool and starts working in the clinch. Alex's work with jab pays off, even when he's...
This kind of ruined the first 2 rounds of the fight when Alex just kept on clinching. Guys, why do we clinch? It's smart, it's tactical, it's necessary, but it just ruins fights.
Moving backward. When Deji began pressing to attack near the ropes, Alex simply threw a hard jab, causing Deji to run away, undoing all the pressure he had done. Alex tries the jab setup again to land the straight right when Deji dives under. But this time he loaded up too much for the punch and Deji dove even deeper.com. In the second round, Deji decided to be much more active, throwing a lot of feints. However, all this parade of aggression ended when Wasabi threw his jab setup again. This time he landed it perfectly and pressed the opponent. It's noticeable that such a smart and calm approach shook Deji, who decided to clinch for a change. And this moment is a true boxing classic. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a man jumped into the ring screaming, "Subscribe to YouTube boxing channel." This action was not...
He didn't say that, but damn, that happened? Now, I haven't watched this fight whole. It's clips and I think I did watch, but okay, I don't remember that. Damn, okay. That is some pro wrestling type shit.
only a good advice, but also an opportunity for the fighters to catch.
Bro tried to pull a Nico on the fight.
Their breath. When the channel's mascot was brutally killed outside the ring, the fight
My god, he wasn't killed. Damn. Slow down with the jokes, Arthur. Damn.
continued. After the fight was restarted, Deji finally connected. His feint with a right hook worked, so he followed by a straight left.
That was nice. The vein to the right. That's nice.
Wasabi immediately took note of this, and the next time around he aggressively threw his hook at the moment Deji was feinting, cooling his enthusiasm. The beginning of the third round was intense. Wasabi missed his setup twice, so he decided not to wait and threw a straight punch that landed on the opponent.
Deji's just ducking shit. Like damn. His ducking fights better than Kenny. Nah, just kidding, just kidding. Kenny wasn't ducking, he just needed a warm-up fight. It was like, no, listen, Kenny's first two fights were hard fights. The DK Money fight was easy. The Raksu fight, we all thought was easy. Wasn't. He tried to play too much of the sweet science. And Raksu just wanted to brawl and get points and win. But look, he's not ducking. He entered a tournament. Entering a tournament is no sign of ducking. He wants to reach the top and face the best. So, nah, just joking.
Opponent's torso, but the most interesting part is yet to come. In third round, Alex has already
If you've tried to watch the BBC using a regular VPN, you know they're going to tell you you're still using a VPN. If you tried to use a US Netflix account while you're not in the US,
already studied Deji's attacks and is now trying to use them against him. He faked a hook and followed up with a straight punch, surprisingly landing it. Wasabi became confident and was able to stop Deji's pressure with just a jab. He maintained this confidence until the end of the fight. Although it
Yeah, it's also worse because Deji was, as you saw in the other video that YouTube Boxing Arthur made about Deji's technique. You can see Deji was hesitant in this fight because he was afraid of losing, not afraid, but he was a little too cautious of losing his cardio. So this is a confident Alex who's using his IQ and finding gaps in Deji's game, and a not so confident Deji who still hadn't won a fight till then.
may not have been the most spectacular fight or performance. It was exactly what was needed for a debut fight.
Yeah, like it's kind of like when Misfits over 5 when Halanham fought Ginty. It was okay. It was not like this. It was way worse. It was a boring ass fight, but Ginty did what he had to do to get the job done. He got a knockdown. It was a bit weird. It was a kind of just a push, awkward knockdown. After that, he just somehow stayed out of range and did his thing. So, if we're talking just to win the fight, he did what he had to and got his points and won. Same with Alex here.
Alex showed concentration, yet being relaxed, the ability to follow a game plan and adaptability. He neutralized all of Deji's attacks, learned to land punches on him, and even started using opponents' attacks against him. But most importantly, he had the cardio to do it for 5 rounds. Many will say that he only won because Deji was afraid of getting tired, and there is some truth to that.
Yeah, there is. Like, Deji was not Deji in this. He was a scared Deji post-Winnie that did what he could in a short camp because he had COVID, lost the weight, trained under daily for the first time. But he wasn't Deji that we know now. He was like a pre-evolution base form Deji.
Deji's passivity allowed Wasabi to work at his own pace. Who knows how he will fare against an opponent who is willing to constantly move forward. But the point is that he was able to find ways to attack a fighter who was completely focused on defense. This raises the question of how Alex will perform against a
I'm guilty of this. I don't give Alex enough credit for this fight.
more open boxer, considering that he now has boxing experience. The fight against the idubbz will answer that. Idubbz skills, kinda.
I just had to take this frame there. What is Go watch the video. I don't think I can crack that joke on YouTube anymore. idubbz cool because that was a fun time on YouTube where you could say anything you wanted. I can't say what means. Just go watch the video. It's the Rice Countries track that idubbz made. Let's see what it says. If you're that young and you have, or if you're that new to the YouTube scene and you haven't seen that, yeah.
All praise of Alex Wasabi about his technique, skills, and composure cannot be
Oh, Mike really beat the shit out of idubbz, but idubbz has got some chin though. He stood there all 4 rounds.
applied to idubbz. Because he throws his hands like he's underwater, his footwork and strikes are not connected at all. He lacks speed and endurance. But he has one important parameter that will allow him to win: height. Ian's is 6'1" bot, and that's a deadly difference because Alex's height is only 5'9". Alex's path to idubbz jaw is extremely long. Along the way, he might get hit in the head several times. Ian himself understands the advantage of his length, which is why he only uses straight punches. And that's very clever. He's tall, skinny, with long arms, and he uses straight punches. Does that remind you of anyone? Yes, a typical Soviet boxer. Of course, his technique and footwork are much worse. However, idubbz understands the importance of working with a large number of...
But I'm confused why he did that against Mike, because Mike's 6'3". Like, idubbz is big, Mike's extra big. And it was heavier than him as well. Like, idubbz wasn't naturally that weight. Like, what did they fight at? Like 189, 190? idubbz had to move up in weight. So this is going to be idubbz that's taller than his opponent and is fighting at his natural weight. What does Alex fight at? Real. Let's just, I don't take too much time. It works like. What did he fight against Deji? I remember Deji was like 160. No shit. 169. What is he? 171. So this is going to be a much lighter idubbz as well. idubbz fought at like 188. That was not his natural weight. He had to go up like 15-20 pounds. So that's true. idubbz does have for real this time, a height advantage that you can use.
Jabs. Yes, they're not strong and you can simply walk through them. But the point is that when the opponent tries to walk through his jabs, he runs into a powerful straight punch with shift. This is the sneakiest and most powerful weapon in Ian's arsenal. Summing up, idubbz is technically inferior to Alex Wasabi in everything. However, his physical parameters can influence the fight. After all, his strong chin will allow him to try to catch Alex with the straight right punch for a whole distance. Wasabi versus idubbz.
If you have questions, you can go to my personal Instagram. Link in the description.
This matchup is a classic pro wrestling matchup where a small technical fighter needs to take down a huge, cumbersome opponent.
Yep.
The main intrigue is how Alex will close the distance, as his fight with Deji was at a relatively slow pace. Will this level
And also, Deji was a little bit smaller than Alex, weight and height-wise.
of passivity be enough to close the distance in the fight against Ian? Most likely not. But the new footage of Wasabi's training shows that he has greatly increased in aggression. But what if this aggression gets in his way? What if Alex simply gets KO'd while charging at idubbz? This is the only truly dangerous weapon in Ian's arsenal. If he can control the distance and skillfully allow Alex to enter close range, just to catch him with a right straight punch as he runs in. This is idubbz's
True, he's like 4 inches taller than me, indeed.
only chance of winning. Because Wasabi can work moving forwards, backwards, and what's even more amazing is that he learns during the fight.
Yeah,
Alex is
good IQ.
possibly the most underestimated
Bit of a flaw.
fighter in the history of YouTube boxing. His focus, combined with the new aggression, should give him the victory in the fight against idubbz. So who do you think will win?
Okay, so conclusions after the video. idubbz is much better, smarter, and has much higher IQ and deserves much more credit than I gave him before. So not idubbz, Alex, yeah. Second thing, idubbz was sloppy. If JJ is a windmill, then God knows what idubbz was. But look, idubbz is gonna come much better, and he's a man that's seen a loss, so he's coming for redemption, unlike Alex. But Alex is coming to prove something, to prove that he's not a pushover. The win against Deji, which I thought was just, we just got lucky that Deji wasn't pressuring. No, Alex was using his IQ to win. It was passive Deji, but Alex deserves credit for that, as it looks like after YouTube Boxing analyzed him. And what else? This fight, yep, it really depends on how Alex can close the gap, how much can he land. I doubt if Alex really has knockout power. Maybe now for like someone his size he would, but I don't know if he will be able to do that against idubbz. So it's gonna be points. I think it's gonna be a decision win for this one, idubbz. You know what? I think it's sorry, shit, why do I keep messing this up? Decision win for Alex. How long is the fight? Wait, how long is the fight? We gotta check that. Shout out to YT by the way, great website for the YouTube scene. Fighters, Alex, sorry, 6 rounds. Oh, it is 6 rounds, right? And it's pro 6 rounds. So I think it's gonna be. Uh, since they're going okay, will they go all 6 rounds? Okay, what is a 4 round fight? I was thinking it's gonna be like uh, 39-37. Alex like idubbz wins 1 round. But if it's six, I don't know, man. One of them might just catch each other. I think if look if the fight goes 4 rounds, I think it'll be Alex by decision. But they're going to six. But then Alex is cardio. So you know what? I think if Alex somehow goes super intense, right? Is as YouTube boxing said, we've seen from the footage, he's become more aggressive. If he goes super intense and somehow just loses all stamina and they both are just throwing haymakers by the fifth or sixth, I think idubbz might somehow land enough for a TKO somehow. Or if Alex does maintain his cardio as well as he did in his first fight for all 6 rounds, that's a lot of time, that's 18 minutes, then Alex by unanimous. Yeah, but it's going to be close. A close unanimous. I don't think it'll be split decision now. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys in a bit. I'm excited for Creator Clash 2. Although the undercard, I'll be honest with you guys, the undercard for Creator Clash 2 is not nearly as stacked as Creator Clash 1. But still, I'm looking forward to the main event. See you guys in a bit. Take care. Peace.